I'm Chris Hansen, right now on Crime Watch Daily from here in New York City. Dead in the bathtub. A doting mother of two drinks and drowns, or so it seems.
Is she breathing?
No.
How often does an adult drown in a bathtub?
Beneath the surface is a trove of secrets about her affluent husband and their young nanny.
Her mother told Leanne, "No, Leanne, you don't invite another woman into your home."
Anna Garcia investigates a case of naked photos, secret diaries, and a deadly love triangle.
Was there an affair between you two?
Then the video is chilling. Security cameras roll as a gunman storms a shop and executes a single mother of two.
Her babies were her life.
It looks like an attempted robbery, but strange clues point to a targeted hit.
Do you think this guy is some professional hitman?
Melissa McCarty on the hunt for one of Michigan's most wanted.
It's like he just went into the ether.
Somebody that can do that type of thing is a danger, period.
Right now.
Go, let's go.
Jason Matera with Crime Watch Daily.
I'm Michelle Sagona from Crime Watch Daily.
This
Elizabeth Smart from Crime Watch Daily. It's Anna Garcia from Crime Watch Daily. You got anything to say?
is Crime Watch Daily.
What do you mean you don't know she's 13?
You're running away now?
Welcome to Crime Watch Daily, everyone. I'm Chris Hansen. First up today, on the outside, this Michigan home was much like the couple living in it. Polished, professional, and seemingly put together. But inside the home, there were secrets. Secrets that would only be revealed after a dead body was discovered. Here's Anna Garcia.
A prominent local politician, his doting wife, a mother of two,
She was a fantastic mother.
and their young live-in nanny. It had the makings of a storybook beginning, but it's about to have a gruesome ending.
Okay, is she breathing?
No.
With Leanne Shannon dead in the bathtub of her suburban home.
Initial indications were an accidental drowning.
Did she drown? Was it a suicide?
I got a call from the chief of police from Hart Police Department telling me that they had a dead body.
But an investigation will soon uncover a family's salacious little secrets and hidden affairs.
You don't invite another woman into your home.
Will it all point to foul play? On the surface, Tim Shannon and his 34-year-old wife, Leanne, appeared to have a happy marriage. The pair met in college, and shortly after graduating, they tied the knot.
She felt great influence from her mother that you should get married because you're at a certain age and you've had no other prospects.
Tim's distinguished family was a fixture in the small town of Hart, Michigan, not far from the lake. His father was the only doctor in town, and Tim went into politics, becoming a well-respected city councilman.
Her mother was all excited because she felt that her daughter was marrying into a very affluential family that was going to take good care of her.
Leanne went on to work part-time as a real estate agent, leaving her time to raise the couple's two children, only 3 and 4 years old. Their good fortune even allowed for full-time help from a young live-in nanny named Jamie.
The minister of the church that they all went to had made a plea to the families that this girl needed a place to stay and spoke specifically to Leanne and Tim about the possibility of them opening their home to this person, which they did.
It all made for a happy, all-American life.
She was a fantastic mother. Her kids were her life. Like, she just loved her children.
But then, tragic news would change everything.
I got a phone call from my aunt on Sunday evening, and she was hysterical. And she's crying, and she says, "Deb, Leanne's dead." And I said, "What do you mean Leanne's dead?" She said she drank too much and she drowned in the bathtub.
At the house, detectives walk into a grim scene. In the bathroom, Leanne's bloated body is lying in the family bathtub. The water drained, her lips a pale blue.
We talked with the Hart Police Department who investigated the original case, and Well, after talking with them, we did have some concerns of a drowning in the bathtub.
And yet, after an initial check at the scene, all indications for cops point in the direction of a simple but horrible tragedy.
We have reason to believe that Leanne got intoxicated that night. We found the empty bottles in the home, and her blood alcohol content when they did the autopsy was a 0.23. So that would be consistent with her being intoxicated.
Within days, detectives wrapped up their investigation. Hart County cops reported that Leanne's death was an accidental drowning.
And they said, well, we don't really think anything foul's gone on.
It all appeared to be a closed case, but not really.
How often does a person, an adult, drown in a bathtub? It sounded funny.
Soon, nearby Oceana County took over the case. Remember, Tim was an elected official, and his position as councilman posed a conflict of interest.
Once Oceana County investigators are on the case, they uncover startling revelations, clues to Leanne's sudden death that didn't go down the drain with the bathwater that horrible day.
Timothy was able to get his wife Leanne to agree to move Jamie in to assist with raising of the two kids and be a nanny at the residence.
Behind closed suburban doors at the Shannon home, cops discover a situation brewing that's ripe for a scandal. At the center, Jamie Hathaway, a 20-year-old woman who Leanne and Tim had invited into their home.
Her mother told Leanne, no, Leanne, you don't invite another woman into your home. This could cause problems.
At the time, no one knew just how many. But Leanne's cousin, Deborah LaRiviere, claims the relationship between Tim, Leanne, and Jamie had some eyebrow-raising conditions.
The thing that was very disturbing, apparently this girl was calling Tim and Leanne mom and dad, which is sort of odd because she wasn't a child. She was a woman, and she would refer to them as mom and dad, not only in the house but out publicly.
And interestingly, Deborah says the couple seemed to be taking it even one step further.
Leanne told her mother, we're going to adopt Jamie. They took steps and even went to see a lawyer to do this.
But Leanne was about to get the shock of her life from the very woman she now considered a daughter. The loving mother learned the nanny had taken on some extra duties, igniting a sizzling romance with the man of the house right under Leanne's nose. Cops soon learned Tim desperately wants out of his marriage.
He claimed that his marriage had fallen apart. He was going to be filing for divorce.
But Leanne is distraught and drinking. Before Tim can file for divorce, she turns up dead.
The largest amount of evidence was the fact that we had a woman dead in the bathtub.
Was it an accident, or did someone kill her? Coming up,
She and Timothy had decided that she would be moving into the residence.
alcohol-drowned sorrows lead cops to a shocking discovery.
And Leanne would not be there anymore.
A woman's body found dead in the drained bathtub of her suburban home. At first, it looks like an accidental drowning, but when cops take a closer look,
There's really no feasible way for a 280-pound person in a small 5-foot tub with an inclined back that their head could even get below the water line.
But who could possibly want Leanne Shannon, a doting wife and mother of 2 young children, dead?
Her kids were her life. Like she just loved her children.
Detectives learned this family of 4 had a new 5th member, the 20-year-old nanny, Jamie Hathaway.
All of a sudden, we find out that he's having an affair with this girl.
And apparently Tim Shannon, a prominent local councilman, came clean about the affair to Leanne.
Apparently there were arguments. The word has it that Tim went and was seeing a lawyer to divorce her. Between him and Jamie, I guess they felt that they could just say to Leanne, okay, you're gonna pack up your things and you're gonna leave. Tim had asked her to move out.
The whole sordid betrayal threw Leanne into a downward emotional spiral.
Leanne struggled with depression and other issues related to that, developed, we believe, a drinking issue. Tim Shannon ultimately decided he wanted to be with the younger woman.
Cops say on the last night of Leanne's life, she was drowning her heartbroken sorrows in hard liquor.
The night of December 28th, we believe that Leanne bought several bottles of Boone's Farm and Everclear and got drunk. We are told when she was drinking she would take a bath.
But what exactly happened next is a mystery. Until it wasn't.
This is Tim Shannon.
A 911 call is placed by Tim himself, who found Leanne.
How warm or cold is she?
Cold.
Cold? What's the water temperature?
Oh, I drained it.
Cops arrive at the house and question Tim.
He claimed she had slipped under the water on her own due to her intoxication and that he had found her that way.
Detectives quickly learned the nanny, Jamie, happened to be out of the house with the kids the morning Leanne is found in the tub.
So we felt it was imperative to get some information from her.
Investigators immediately bring Jamie down to the station and grill her about Leanne's sudden death. That interrogation captured on an audio recording.
What was your relationship with Tim?
He's one of my best friends.
As soon as detectives press further, Jamie openly admits to the sexual affair with Tim.
Was there something that sparked between you and he?
Depends on what you mean.
Was there an affair between you two?
Yeah.
Would you say you and Tim are in love?
With Tim?
Yes.
Suddenly, cops wondered, could their love affair be a motive for murder?
Well, the fact that they had extramarital affair alone is a reason for suspicion.
And if that's not enough to cast doubt in the detectives' minds, the next clue was about to drop.
She also informed us that the 29th, the date that Leanne was found dead, was the day that she and Timothy had decided that she would be moving into the residence and Leanne would not be there anymore.
So was the plan then that day that after Leanne moved out, or was gone out of the house, you were coming to stay?
Yep.
But Jamie claims a monkey wrench was thrown into their plan when Leanne accidentally drowned. Cops aren't buying Jamie's story, and the case is quickly turning into a homicide investigation.
If you want to help clear this up for yourself or any other questions we may have down the line, by all means, this is your shining moment right here today.
You think he killed her, is what you're telling me.
But what detectives were really thinking at the time is that a plan for divorce had long been underway. Others connected to Jamie and Tim also believed something was up.
I thought they were planning something.
At one time, Jamie rented a room from Stacy Skarupa, who says she recalls the couple being there together and acting very suspicious on several occasions.
The feeling I got about the Timothy and Jamie being together were very unsettling. It was abnormal quiet with them in the room together.
Jamie, have you ever thought of drowning or hurting Leanne?
There are times that I want to smack her, but to actually kill her, not really.
Has Tim ever communicated to you that he wanted to harm Leanne at any point?
None that I can recall.
She stated that she did not have any involvement or that this was not a planned incident, but we were getting the feeling that it was, that this may have been premeditated.
Did you have anything to do with her death?
No.
Did Tim have anything to do with her death?
I don't think he did it.
But could detectives prove otherwise? Jamie revealed that she had already moved her personal belongings to the residence, packed in bins, sitting in Tim's storage shed. When cops raided the shed, they found a treasure trove of what could be incriminating evidence.
We discovered documents in her handwriting where they were planning to go to Las Vegas for marriage. She had a checklist of things to do prior to being married. Our belief was the obvious reason is that she needed to be removed for their relationship to continue.
She had diaries, and in these diaries she had one particular saying that I remember is burn after dying. It could have been burn after Leanne Shannon was killed.
Then, even more references. Were they possibly predicting Leanne's last breath? On a piece of notebook paper, an ominous list with death surrounds the mother and suicide in Jamie's handwriting. There's also a box labeled "Go through last" after Leanne leaves. Detectives also found jewelry that belonged to Leanne's mother that had gone missing from the house. There's even a family photo, but take a close look. Leanne is folded out of the picture. Cops also scoured computers where they found racy messages between Jamie and Tim.
Tim and Jamie were very prolific chatters, and they would make plans for where they would meet, for getting together, sex talk, pictures, clothed and naked, at least one picture of them being intimate together.
It's a long, hot, seemingly incriminating list of evidence. But now cops wondered, did sexual intimacy and suspicious diary entries tucked away by the nanny add up to murder?
We poured over everything we could, looking for any evidence of collusion, any evidence that this was a plan, that there was some premeditation.
Despite the sizzling clues, cops had no physical evidence to hold Jamie on murder charges. Back at the station, they wrapped up their interview with the nanny. They then set their sights on Tim.
Jamie Hathaway left the building. We had a unit available, and we informed that patrol officer that we wanted him to follow her to see where she goes, because we needed to get to the Shannon residence. Knocked upon the main door of the residence, could see Mr. Shannon inside, and asked him to come down, and he did so voluntarily.
In the interview, detectives questioned Tim about his relationship with Leanne and his affair with Jamie. Then they go in for the jugular.
You kind of see the problem we're developing here, Tim? You got the movie of the week going on. Things don't make a whole lot of sense.
Next, exactly who else was near the tub that tragic day?
Tell me what happened, because what I've read so far I think is a bunch of BS. Let's get it out in front of us.
Tim and Leanne Shannon's marriage was on the rocks when the mother of two would die a suspicious death. Once again, here's Anna Garcia.
Chris, investigators working on the case soon discovered that Tim was having an affair with his much younger nanny. But if this secret romance was a motive for murder, then who was the killer?
City Councilman Tim Shannon is about to hit the hot seat, facing serious questions after finding his wife's cold body in the family's bathtub.
He tried to claim that she had slipped under the water on her own due to her intoxication and that he had found her that way.
But cops have discovered that Leanne Shannon's husband is having an illicit affair with the family nanny.
They exchanged pictures, clothed and naked. There was at least one picture of them being intimate together.
But could murder be pinned on these lustful lovers? Cops find strange entries in the nanny's own diary, but after questioning Jamie for 2 hours, detectives release her, having no hard evidence or cause to arrest her at that stage. Now detectives haul Tim down to the station.
Ash, come down here. I want to speak with you.
And right off the bat, they ask about the Steamy affair in this audio interrogation.
Tim, there's a rumor going around that you had a sexual affair with Jamie.
Almost immediately, he inserted her into the role of the mother of those children, taking them places and doing things with them like a mother would.
Tim doesn't deny he saw Jamie as more than a second mother to his children. He was filing for divorce from his wife, and he and Jamie planned to tie the knot in Vegas. But he claims, coincidentally, Leanne accidentally drowned in the tub the very day Jamie was permanently moving in.
Timothy Shannon had explained to Hart PD that his wife was a larger woman, I believe, approximately 280 pounds, that it was a smaller tub, and that when she did take a bath, that she would have to scooch up against the shower wall above the nozzle. Well, that just didn't seem logical. Nobody takes a bath like that. That also raised some suspicion.
And it didn't take long for cops to turn suspicion into some stunning admissions.
Tell me what happened, okay? Because what I've read so far I think is a bunch of BS. If you made a mistake, let's talk about that mistake you made. Let's get it out in front of us.
After only 30 minutes of increasingly tough police questioning, Tim suddenly seems to start caving.
We intend for her to die. We were intending on moving her up to her mother's. Went to get her out of the tub, and she was staying there, staying drunk. Started hitting me, so I just sit on her.
Detectives' ears are perking up, hanging on his every word. They knew Tim was about to come clean and confess every dirty detail.
I'm going to stop you right now. I'm going to read you your rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
They urge him to keep talking, and he does.
So, she's drunk, she's in the tub.
She's drunk and she's flat on her back. Just trying to get her up, get her moving. She just pulled me in.
So you're on top of her. And then what? You had to tell us, Tim.
From there, like water from a faucet, the truth comes pouring out.
You remained on top of her?
I refocus, I get up, and she's out, not breathing. I don't know, because I was out for a minute.
He then states that he was holding her under the water. He then states that the only thing he can recall is that Leanne began floating in the bathtub.
When you come to?
When I refocus, she's not breathing.
He regained his focus, is the term that he used. He realized what he had done.
But by the time you stopped, she was already deceased. And she remained under the water.
She floated up, but no breathing.
After drowning his wife, prosecutor Joseph Bison says Tim changed his clothes. Then callously waited several hours before calling 911.
We believe that between him pushing her under the water and calling 911 that he changed his clothes and put his clothes in the laundry because they were wet.
Tim was arrested and held without bail, charged with 1 count of murder. But despite all the secret diary entries and other suspicious evidence cops found in plastic bins at the home that day, Jamie Hathaway is not charged in connection with Leanne's murder.
Having gone over all the evidence, we're not able to determine any evidence of premeditation or plan that she was supposed to die.
Tim Shannon pleaded no contest and was convicted of second-degree murder.
I don't think he is an evil person by nature. I think he got to the point of being coaxed. I think he was at his wit's end and didn't know what else to do as far as juggling his wife and his girlfriend.
Our belief is that Jamie Hathaway was infatuated with Timothy Shannon. You could see that she was the person giving Timothy orders. Whether that was right down to the point that Leanne had to die, we're still unsure of today.
Jamie became a witness for the prosecution. Despite not being able to pin any charges on her, investigators still have their doubts about the nanny's involvement.
Jamie's still out in follow-up conversations with Timothy Shannon. He was offered to tell us the whole truth, and he chose not to. I believe he's still protecting Jamie to this day.
Jamie Hathaway is reportedly living 2 hours away in Kalamazoo, Michigan, while Tim will serve 13.5 to 25 years behind bars, not eligible for freedom until he's well into his 50s. At his sentencing, Leanne's cousin, Deborah, told him exactly what she hopes his future holds in prison.
What happens in jail is not kindly, and that's the worst fate that I wished for him. That someone would take him as a bride and really teach him what life's about.
Tim and Leanne's kids are now living with his parents, and Tim is left with plenty of time to think about the path he chose. A path that tore apart a family, leaving his children without a mother or a father.
Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Tim Shannon deserves more than 13.5 years in prison for what he did? Tell us what you think on our Facebook page. Up next, a single mother's final moments captured on surveillance video.
To watch him walk in and just take this life, think it was very chilling for the community.
With the monster who shot her still on the loose in Michigan, Crime Watch Daily with the critical piece of evidence giving investigators insight into the killer's mind.
We've never seen something like that in a robbery.
Coming up. We're back now with a Crime Watch Daily exclusive. Investigators are revealing new information today about a high-profile unsolved murder, hoping the power of Crime Watch Daily and our viewers can finally crack the case. For that, let's head over to our Melissa McCarty.
Chris, it was just afternoon. Chelsea Small, a mother of two, would be working alone inside a check cashing store when a man in a hat would ask to be buzzed into the store. Gunned down on the job.
It was incredible how calm and level-headed he was.
A single mother's final moments captured on surveillance video.
To watch him walk in and just take this life, I think it was very chilling for the community.
Was it a robbery that turned fatal from panic? Or had this killer directly come for Chelsea Small?
We've never seen something like that in a robbery.
4 years after a mother's cold and calculated murder, the mystery deepens as detectives reveal an unusual new clue in the cold case.
Using an item like that suggests to me that she was an intended target, and that was the #1 goal.
Crime Watch Daily is teaming up with police to try and track down one of Michigan's most wanted fugitives who could be living near you.
Every second he's out there is a danger to anybody and everybody.
Everything 30-year-old Chelsea Small did, she did for her 2 kids.
They were her life. Her babies were her life.
The single mother of 2 worked full-time at a cash advance store in Taylor, Michigan, just outside Detroit. She was also enrolled in classes at Wayne County Community College. Her sister Mandy says Chelsea was a standout student.
She was on the dean's list. She was very proud of herself. She studied very hard.
That's impressive, being a mom of 2, a single mom of 2 on the dean's list. Does she have a lot of drive?
Her children were her motivation. She was very motivated to give them and provide for them.
Despite her hectic schedule, Chelsea took time out to celebrate her son's 5th birthday, a day Chelsea's own mom, Debbie, will never forget.
It was pretty awesome. It was special, you know, a bunch of little boys running around, you know, and there's a lot of good memories.
Memories of that special day recently came flooding back when a lost camera suddenly resurfaced.
The batteries still worked in it, and it came up, and the picture on the screen was her picture.
What did that feel like to see those images?
Oh, it was awesome.
Those family photos would be the last Chelsea Small would ever take. 4 days later, she was on the job at Advance America, a day that began like any other.
She was running to the bank to do the deposit when we talked briefly, and that was 10:30-ish, I guess, somewhere around that time.
90 minutes later, Chelsea Small was back behind the counter, alone in the store, which was kept locked for safety, even during business hours. Shortly after noon, a man wearing a dark black cap buzzed at the door.
My personal gut, as her mom, and from day one, I still believe that she knew him, or at least knew him through work.
After a quick glance, Chelsea let him in.
I think she knew of him enough, or his face of enough, to not hesitate when she buzzed the buzzer to buzz him in.
Stephen Schwein, the former lead investigator on the case, who recently retired, agrees with the family.
I think it's reasonable to think that she would be familiar with him, especially, you know, from a business standpoint.
Chelsea's mom says if the customer had raised any red flags, her daughter likely would have called before letting him inside.
If she was afraid or intimidated, I would have think she would have waited and called me like she had in the past and said, I just want to keep you on the line.
But seconds after he entered the store, Chelsea Small was afraid. The man in the cap walked right up to the counter and pulled out a gun.
The way he walks in there, He knew what he was after. He knew what he wanted to do.
Just as Chelsea managed to hit the silent alarm, he fired the first shot.
Do you think she was shot because he knew that she signaled with that silent alarm?
That's what my gut tells me.
So that was the life or death decision, is the trigger?
Right. At that point, he's committed. He fired a gun. He struck her. He knows he struck her. She fell to the ground. Now he's all in.
But he wasn't done yet. Surveillance video shows the cold-blooded killer walk around the counter and fire a second shot into the lifeless body of the mother of two.
I think that his intent in going around the backside of the counter is to make sure that Chelsea's not going to provide him any more resistance.
With the only witness now dead, the shooter begins searching the store, casually opening cabinets and drawers. Detective Eric Jones, who now leads the investigation, says the killer's calm demeanor was astounding.
There's no real panic. There's no real, oh my gosh, I need to leave now.
After taking cash from the register, the killer then strolls out the front door. His savage stop lasting just 60 seconds.
It was incredible how calm and level-headed he was through the entire incident, especially when you consider what he did.
Especially on his exit. He wasn't even running out.
Right. There seemed to be no sense of urgency at any point.
If he'd come hoping to get rich, detectives say the killer likely left disappointed.
It ended up being a small amount of money. I would think he was expecting maybe more money.
Officers responding to the silent alarm arrived minutes later and found Chelsea's body behind the counter, but no trace of her killer.
It's like he just went into the ether.
Investigative reporter Heather Catallo from our Detroit affiliate, WXYZ, says the callous murder sent shockwaves through the community.
The fact that this happened in such a populated area, Telegraph Road has like 60,000 vehicles on it every day, and nobody saw anything.
Catallo believes the store's close proximity to Interstate 94 and the Detroit airport helped the killer make a quick escape.
Even though it was busy, broad daylight, middle of the day, he had a ton of access to get out of there quickly.
The gunman was gone, but left behind this surveillance video of his cold and calculated crime.
I've watched the video hundreds of times, trying to see if something specific stands out.
And what stands out left them questioning if robbery was really the motive.
I think the taking of the money is secondary.
Next, was the mother of two her killer's intended target?
My opinion is that he went there not to rob, but to kill.
Surprising new evidence just revealed by detectives.
Do you think this guy is some professional hitman?
Today we're teaming up with police in Taylor, Michigan as they try to track down one of the state's most wanted fugitives, a heartless killer who calmly walked into a check cashing store and gunned down a mother of two. Let's head back now to our Melissa McCartney.
Chris, on what would have been Chelsea Small's 34th birthday, friends and family gathered here at her grave to remember the mother of two, promising two things: always celebrate her life and never rest until her killer is brought to justice. 4 years after she was murdered on the job, Chelsea Small's cold-blooded killer is still a free man.
And we've gone through hundreds, and I mean hundreds of tips.
With the case now growing cold, detectives are revealing a critical piece of evidence to Crime Watch Daily they've kept secret until now.
Why change your mind and release that information?
It's a key part of the case. It's a key part of what happened.
That key piece of evidence? Look closely, right there at the gun. The killer used a silencer during the shooting.
Never once have I seen a suppressor used during the course of a robbery.
I've never seen one in a case, and nobody around here has. We've talked to a lot of people, and it's very uncommon.
It's a clue cops hope will get a dangerous and callous killer off the street.
Do you think this guy is some professional hitman, or do you think he just knows weapons and says, hey, a silencer makes it easier?
Maybe he's a hitman, maybe he was there to do one thing and one thing only. It's certainly a possibility, correct? I mean, I'm not gonna rule out anything.
Using an item like that suggests to me that she was an intended target, and that was the #1 goal. Or somebody within the business was an intended target.
Whatever his motive for murder, Detective Eric Jones says use of a silencer provides insight into the killer's state of mind.
His state of mind is, if I want to rob this place, I'm going to do whatever it takes to rob this place.
It may also offer critical clues into the type of person they're searching for.
Based on what he has and what he uses, we know he's probably owns several or is familiar with weapons, or he, frequents gun ranges or works at one or has been around one.
The killer didn't waste much time. Seconds after 30-year-old Chelsea Small buzzed him into the cash advance store where she worked, the Michigan mother of 2 was dead, shot in the head and chest. The quick, cold-blooded killing captured on a store surveillance camera.
There was no hesitation. He just went right around and boom.
The killer then briefly searches the Advanced America store, stealing a small amount of cash from the register. Then he's gone, in and out in 60 seconds.
Very brazen, very calm, very collected, no panic, no rush, none of that existed.
Retired Detective Stephen Schwein was the recent lead investigator on the case. He says the silencer has left him struggling to settle on a motive for the murder.
Do you feel he came to kill her, or was it to rob that store?
I'm usually pretty good at getting off the fence and picking one side or the other. And it's tough for me to stop straddling this fence.
But investigators say Chelsea had no known enemies, and nothing in her background indicated she was living in fear or that someone would want to harm the mother of 2, let alone kill her. Given the picture presented on video, Schwein leans on the theory that the killer came into the store that day to commit a robbery.
If that's his goal, to kill her, he goes around the back of the counter, there's a second shot. At that point, if his goal was to kill her, why not just leave? Why are you going to stay the extra 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds and rummage through the business?
The retired detective believes the gunman opened fire because he knew Chelsea had triggered the silent alarm.
My gut tells me that he stood there, and in a matter of a split second, he knew that she had triggered the alarm. She was a witness.
But until the killer is caught, he says all options must be kept on the table.
As investigators, we have to be open-minded and consider every different scenario.
One thing they know for certain about the killer, nobody is safe until they catch him.
Somebody that can be that callous and somebody that can do that type of thing to anybody is a danger, period.